Alrighty guys, welcome back to another sweet Construct 2 tutorial. That's kind of weird to say, Construct 2 tutorial? Whatever. So anyways, welcome back, and in this video I'm going to be showing you guys how to add the player. So, of course, he's a sprite, so let's go ahead and double click anywhere on the layout. Add sprite, we obviously know how to do that. Insert, and we'll just insert somewhere above this platform for now. Now, just like before, what we want to do is we want to import a sprite strip. So right click this and press import sprite strip in your animation frames window, and then it's going to say okay, your sprite strip is pretty much the animation of the dude you want. So what one do you want? Well, we want, if you go to your media bundle, sprites, jungle performer, player, and these are pretty much the different positions he can be in. He can be running, he can be jumping. What we just want right now is just him idling, which pretty much means that the user isn't pressing anything. He's just standing there. But the reason that there's an animation for it is because he actually like bobs up and down a little bit, as you guys are going to see. So he's just not actually standing in one place. He's moving around a little bit. It makes it more natural. So select this right here, this idle, and I'll show you guys what it is real quick. You guys probably can't even see just by looking at it, but he does indeed, his body bobs up and down a little bit. And what it's going to do, since it's not square like the other one, this is actually one long strip. Whenever we double click this or open it, what Construct 2 is going to do is it's automatically going to detect how many images there were, and it's automatically going to crop them up for you. So there were indeed, I know you guys didn't count them, but there were indeed 11 individual images in that sprite strip. So that's one of the cool things, and that's one of the things that Construct 2 is actually really intelligent about and really helpful. So just like before, get rid of this 0 one, which is the default empty one, by right clicking and delete it. And once we do that, you can see that our dude is now in this little window right here. Now the first thing you're going to notice is this: the box around this guy, and I'm going to sneeze in like 5 seconds. 1 second. And 3, 2. Okay. Wow. Okay, where was I? So right now we have a bunch of empty space around this dude. And you might think, okay, no big deal, not a big problem, but it actually is, and this is why. This box right here is what Construct 2 is going to look at whenever you're doing things like collision detection. So right now, if he were to run into a box that was right where, or I don't know, an enemy that was right where my mouse is, he would die because it would be part of him. And obviously, we want to make this a little bit tighter to his body because the user might be confused, be like, I didn't even touch the enemy and my dude died. So in order to crop this area to make it nice and tight around the player, what you want to do is this. You want to hold shift on your keyboard and press this tool right here. This is crop transparent edges. So hold down shift and just click that tool, and as you can see, we now have a box that surrounds this guy nice and tight. So now whenever he hits a guy, it's like an enemy or something, it's going to react properly. And the reason that I actually held down shift on my keyboard is when you hold down shift, it applies it to all the animations, as you can see. If I didn't hold down shift, then like 1 through 10, it would still have the empty space. So that's a nice little shortcut for, again, Construct 2, making everything real easy. So the next thing we want to do after this is we want to change the origin point. Now if you click this little box right here, it's going to show you where the origin is. Now what the origin is another main point that whenever you're making a game, it detects pretty much where the object is. Now whenever you're making a platform game, it's always best to put the origin at the bottom center, or other words, on his feet, because you want to detect when the guy is jumping on enemies, you want to detect when the guy is standing on platforms, and for this you don't want to keep track of this point on his eye, because you don't care when his eye is on the platform, you care when his feet are on the platform or on the ground, or when he jumps on something. So in order to get this origin point right here exactly where you want it, there's actually a shortcut. Once you have this tool selected, this origin point tool, you can hit 2 on your number pad and look at the origin point right now. I just hit 2, and it moved directly to the bottom center. And actually, if you hit 4, 8, 6, and 2, you guys can see how it corresponds with the origin point. But hit 2, and that's going to move your origin point to the bottom center. Now, this obviously only does it for that first frame we were working on, so we can either go 1, 2 through 10 and do it manually, or, of course, I want to tell you guys a shortcut that makes things a lot easier. In order to get all of these other origin points aligned just like this original one was, make sure you have that 0 frame selected, and in this image points window that popped up, if you right click origin and hit apply to whole animation, what this is going to do is it's going to apply that origin point. It's pretty much going to say, okay, make the origin point at the bottom center for every single frame. How freaking awesome is that? So pretty much this Constructo is like making this game really easy for us. You know, if we just programmed all that, it would be a pain in the frickin' butt. But that just saved us like an hour just by learning those couple shortcuts. So now our dude is good to go, and he's all set up. He's cropped nice and easy. His origin point, or pretty much detection point, is on his feet. So yeah, I think we're good for this tutorial. So in the next video, I'm gonna show you guys how to actually make this into an actual animation, so it doesn't just stay in one place like the ground does. So until then, thank you guys for watching, and well, see you next time.